Could you raise your right hand, please? You do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give the matter no pending shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. If you'll start by introducing yourself to the court and spell both your first and last name for the court reporter.
Okay, my name is Mark Boggs, M-A-R-K-B-O-G-G-S.
What's your relationship to Amber?
Amber is my daughter.
And before we get into your statement prior to today, did you help put together a slideshow of photographs, including Amber and yourself?
Yes.
All right,
Yes, we did.
Okay, and we'll play that for the court in just a little bit, but if you will now share the impact statement you've written for the court.
Well, it's really hard to follow the great love and what everybody said about Amber and Justin. It's incredible, but I have with me Judge Brown. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. I have with me here for my support Kirsten Bauer. Kirsten was a huge part of Amber's life. They were like sisters, and whenever I took Amber places as a kid, I always take Kirsten with me. And there's so many stories. I mean, we go to the Atlanta Zoo, and we got membership to the Atlanta Zoo. That's one story. As we went down to see Willie B, and the kids had so much fun, knocking on the glass and aggravating Willie. So anyway, Amber and I, we walked out and going, "Where's Kirsten at?" And oh God, we had to turn around and go get Kirsten. She's still down there staring at Willie B, But everywhere we went, Kirsten was always a part of our lives and all of our friends. But I just want to thank all the family and friends that have been here during the trial for their support. I love you all, and it's our village. And there's so many more that have been part of the village. But today we gathered to mourn the loss of my daughter, Amber, and my son-in-law, Justin. The little boy, Jacob, has been left without the guidance and love of both his parents. For 4 years now, our family has been engulfed in grief, and although we know closure may never come, we hold on to the hope that justice will be served and this monster never sees the outside again. Justice is what this defendant deserves, and I firmly believe that Mr. Lance is a representative of pure evil. We'll just kind of like to back up here and give a little background of Amber and myself. As a kidney transplant, my beautiful wife, Dorinda, longed to be a mother, despite the risk involved. In July of 1990, she gave birth to our miracle child, Amber. She was a month early and only weighing 4 pounds 11 ounces. We got to choose a date of when Amber would be born, and we chose July 5th. Mine's July 2nd, but we wanted her to have her own birthday. But just tragically, 2.5 months later, I lost my wife, and Amber lost her mom to lymphoma. I guess at that time I became a Mr. Mom. And taking a role as a single parent was an incredible experience. I dedicated myself to Amber's upbringing, exposing her to many activities, jazz, dance, tap, ballet, YMCA, camping, sports, and more. The joys that we had and shared on the lake during the camping trips, it helped shape her childhood. And she always expressed excitement to me about passing those experiences over to Jacob. She said, "Dad, I want you to teach Jacob all that you taught me." Of course, and of course, I'm doing that with Jacob every time we're together. I have him playing baseball in the spring and lake life in the summer. And he is such a great boy. He's so much like his mama and his daddy. It's amazing. You see both of them. And as a father and a father-in-law of Amber and Justin, I want to remind everyone that I have the rights to that deserve recognition just as the killer does. The murder of my daughter and my son. The murder of my daughter and my son-in-law was not a random act. It was premeditated and intentional. Amber was my only child, and now I'm so lost without her. When I have Jacob on the weekends, he gives me strength to carry on. We're good buddies. Oh, yes, the both attitudes of Amber and Justin is perfect. It is. It's hilarious. This past Monday, I had my last conversation with Amber and heard her voice for the final time. Every evening, despite her busy lives, after work, Amber would pick up her son, Jacob, and she'd call me to discuss her day. I mean, it was every day. We always talked. Our conversations were filled with laughter, frustrations, and love. I was always honored to be her sounding board and offer her advice whenever she needed it. I was so proud of Amber on her compassion and her dedication to her job. She was in the audiology field at NGA, North Georgia Audiology, and was respected by her peers. They all loved her. And Amber and I were so close, she always reminded me about my health, particularly regarding my hearing aids, warning me and saying that neglecting them would lead to early dementia. So, I mean, there was no arguing with my daughter, mulehead. So I made sure I got myself a new set of ears. So, well, still got better ears than a cornfield. But her care, nature, and concern for my well-being reflected her love and commitment, especially because she wanted me to live a long life, and I would be there for Jacob. She would comment about say how much fun I am, and saying Jacob is going to love hanging out with his papa. Yeah, Amber's light brightened every room she entered, and all she knew will contest to the infectious quality of her smile and laughter. Oh, but when her and Justin were together and they walked in the room, it was a whole another game. They were incredible. They were just perfect for each other. But the senseless act of violence that took Amber and Justin from us has shattered our family, leaving Jacob without his parents. It's hard to convey the pain and the grief that has accompanied the loss of a child. The haunting memories of Amber and Justin's final moments are a burden I will carry every day, and all of us will carry every day. It's a reality that feels like an impossible dream. Amber and Justin were remarkable individuals and loving parents, bringing positivity and humanity into this world. It's incomprehensible why Matthew Lance would choose to take their lives in cold blood. That was never in God's plan.
I'm an ex-Apple employee.
I'm a member of the POMC. It's Parents of Murdered Children in Marietta. I started that about a year and a half ago. It's a place where I find solace in sharing our feelings of grief and anger with one another. Understanding our shared experiences helps us to